You're tuned to Arrow FM, your local community access radio station. The time now is 8 o'clock, time for another hour of the great music that came out in the 1960s with the 60s Nostalgia Show. The 60s Nostalgia Show is kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough, and they're probably still recovering from Toast to Martinborough. They've seen a few of those because they have been around for a long time, and they are electrical contractors, both private and commercial, and also they do a lot of things around the dairy sheds, particularly with milking plant, because they are the Delaval agents. Nothing really planned for the show tonight, and we'll see if we can dig songs out that you will enjoy. Looks like the studio phone is still on the blink, so we won't be able to ring up for a request, so I'll dig some out on your behalf. Traffic there and a hole in my shoe. You certainly wouldn't have wanted a hole in your shoe the other night as you were navigating all the puddles on the footpath. Next up, we've got Arthur Alexander, and a great hit for him that was also covered by the Beatles, a song called Anna.
Number 12, Bobby. Arthur, sell me real fine. You get better each time, okay?
A mean girl to set you free, girl. You say he loves you more than me. Well, I will set you free. Go with him. Go with him. But Anna, girl, before you go now, I want you to know now, I still love you so, but if he loves you more, go with him. All of my life, I've been searching for a girl to love me like I love you. Every girl I've ever had breaks my heart and leaves me sad. What am I supposed to do? Oh, Anna, just one more thing, girl. Give back my ring to me, and darling, you'll be free to go with him. Searching for a girl now to love me like I love you. Oh, but let me tell you now, every girl I've ever had breaks my heart and leaves me sad. What am I supposed to do? Oh, Anna, just one more thing, girl. You give back my ring to me, and darling, you'll be free to go with him. Go with him, man. Go with him.
Arthur Alexander there and Anna. Next up, we've got a beautiful song performed by Mary Wells, written by Smokey Robinson, the song called My Guy.
Nothing you can say can tear me away from my guy. Nothing you could do, 'cause I'm stuck like glue to my guy. I'm sticking to my guy like a stamp to a letter, like birds of a feather. We stick together. I'm telling you from the start, I can't be torn apart from my guy. Nothing you could do could make me untrue to my guy. My guy. Nothing you could buy could make me die. I gave my guy my word of honor to be faithful, and I'm gonna, you best be believing I won't be deceiving my guy. sky. Tell me more, there's not a man to tell you.
Cupid, draw back your bow and let your arrow go straight to my lover's heart for me, for me. Cupid, please hear my cry and let your arrow fly straight to my lover's heart for me. Now, I don't mean to bother you, but I'm in distress. There's danger of me losing all of my happiness. For I love a girl who doesn't know I exist, and this you can fix. So, Cupid, draw back your bow and let your arrow go straight to my lover's heart for me. Nobody but me. Cupid, please hear my cry and let your arrow fly straight to my lover's heart for me. Now, Cupid, if your arrow make a love storm for me, I promise I will love her until eternity. I know between the two of us her heart we can steal. Help me if you will. So, Cupid, draw back your bow and let your arrow go straight to my lover's heart for me. Nobody but me. Cupid, please hear my cry and let your arrow fly straight to my lover's heart for me. Now, Cupid, don't you hear me calling you? I need you, Cupid, help me.
13 and a half minutes after 8 o'clock here on Arrow FM. That was a song from 1964, Sam Cooke, the song called Cupid. Well, last weekend the All Blacks took on Ireland and got a lesson of sorts, and the Irish managed to eke out a win over the All Blacks, the first time that the Irish had beaten the All Blacks at home, and in fact it's only the second time that they have beaten the All Blacks. So it's probably appropriate that we should play an Irish song on the program, and the game was played in Dublin, so we should play an Irish song done by the Dubliners.
As I was going over the far famed Kerry mountains, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced me pistol and I then produced me rapier, saying stand and deliver, for you are a bold deceiver. Mushering da-dum-doo-da-dum-da. Why fall the daddy-o, why fall the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I counted out his money and it made a pretty penny. I put it in me pocket and I took it home to Jenny. She sighed and she swore that she never would deceive me, but the devil take the women, for they never can be easy. Mushering da-dum-doo-da-dum-da. Why fall the daddy-o, why fall the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I went unto my chamber all for to take a slumber. I dreamt of gold and jewels, and for sure it was no wonder. But Jenny drew me charges and she filled them up with water, then sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. Mushering da-dum-doo-da-dum-da. Why fall the daddy-o, why fall the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. 'twas early in the morning, just before I rose to travel. Up comes a band of footmen, and likewise Captain Farrell. I first produced me pistol, for she'd stolen away me rapier, but I couldn't shoot the water, so a prisoner I was taken. Mushering darum doo darum da, whack fall da daddy-o, whack fall da daddy-o. There's whiskey in the jar, now there's some take delight in the carriages a-rolling, and others take delight in the hurley and the bowling. But I take delight in the juice of the barley, and courting pretty fair maids in the morning, bright and early. Ushering darum doo darum da, whack fall da daddy-o, whack fall da daddy-o. There's whiskey in the jar. If anyone can aid me, 'tis me brother in the army. If I can find a station in Cork or in Killarney, and if he'll go with me, we'll go roaming in Kilkenny, and I'm sure he'll treat me better than me own, me sporting Jenny. Mushering darum doo darum da, whack fall da daddy-o, whack fall da daddy-o. There's whiskey in the jar. Mushering darum doo darum da, whack fall da daddy-o, whack fall da daddy-o. There's whiskey in the jar.
Do that jam. Let's see you work. And wah do say, like a loose goose said. La 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 la. All right. La 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 la. Mashed potato, alligator, do the snake, do the hippie shake. Whoa, on your back now. I'll say I like it like that now. Oh, get it there. La 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 la. Everybody now. La 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 la. Clap your hands now. Clap your hands now. Clap your hands now. Clap your hands now. One more time now. You're looking fine now. La 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 la.
The Walker Brothers here from tonight's feature album, which is simply called The Walker Brothers. I think it came out in 1964. The first album that they put out was called Introducing the Walker Brothers, and it was put out only in the UK, and I think this album was only put out in the States and a few other places. Otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. But this is actually the same as the Introducing to the Introducing the Walker Brothers album, except the songs have been mucked around just a little bit. That, of course, was their version of Wilson Pickett's Land of 1,000 Dances. And I might just show you the cover of this album, showing the the Walker Brothers here in their full glory. If we just move it around like that and move it back, you should be able to see them. So the Walker Brothers, and the hit that they had that's on the album, there's actually a couple, Make It Easy on Yourself, and also My Ship is coming in. Of course, the Walker Brothers were not brothers at all. John Walker was a guy called John Morse, and Gary Walker was a guy called Gary Leeds, and Scott Walker was a guy called Scott Ingalls. So they had a few hits as the Walker Brothers, and then the other two faded away. But Scott Ingalls has recorded a lot of hits, and that's just a little bit of the back of the album. Always do it the wrong way. So the Walker Brothers there, mugshot of the three of them. We'll play another track. It's another cover version very shortly after this song from the Knickerbockers and Lies.
Lies, lies, you're telling me that you'll be true. Lies, lies, that's all I ever get from you. Tears, tears, I shed a million tears for you. Tears, tears, and now you're loving someone new. Someday I'm gonna be happy, but I don't know when just now. Lies, lies, breaking my heart. You think that you're such a smart girl, and I'll believe what you say. But who do you think you are, girl, to lead me on this way? Hey, lies, lies, I can't believe a word you say. Lies, lies, are gonna make you sad someday. Someday you're gonna be lonely, but you won't find me around. Lies, lies, breaking my heart. Someday I'm gonna be happy, but I don't know when just now. Lies, lies, breaking my heart. You think that you're such a smart girl, and I'll believe what you say. But who do you think you are, girl, to lead me on this way? Hey, lies, lies, yeah, baby, I can't believe a word you say. Lies, lies, are gonna make you sad someday. Someday you're gonna be lonely, but you won't find me around. Lies, lies, breaking my heart. Oh, said I, baby, now breaking my heart. Oh, the juice is breaking my heart. Breaking my heart, yeah, breaking my heart. Breaking my heart, yeah.
The Knickerbockers there and Lies, bringing the time to 24 minutes after 8 o'clock here on Arrow FM, your local community access radio station, and you're listening to the 60s Nostalgia Show, which is kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Martinborough. Next up, we've got a track from Simon and Garfunkel.
Through the corridors of sleep, past shadows dark and deep, my mind dances and leaps in confusion. I don't know what is real, I can't touch what I feel, and I hide behind the shield of my illusion. So I'll continue to pretend my life will never end, and flowers never bend with the rainfall. The mirror on my wall casts an image dark and small, but I'm not sure at all it's my reflection. I'm blinded by the light of God and truth and right, and I wander in the night without direction. So I'll continue to pretend my life will never end, and flowers never bend with the rainfall. No matter if you're born to play the king or pawn, for the line is thinly drawn between joy and sorrow. So my fantasy becomes reality, and I must be what I must be and face tomorrow. So I'll continue to pretend my life will never end, and flowers never bend with the rainfall.
Sweet love in, bring it on home to me. Oh yeah. You know I laughed when you left, but now I know I've only hurt myself. Oh, bring it to me, bring your sweet love in, bring it on home to me. Yeah. Jewelry, money too, and that's not all I do for you. Oh, bring it to me, bring your sweet love in, bring it on home to me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Your slave till I'm dead and buried in my grave. Oh, bring it to me, bring your sweet love in, bring it on home to me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you ever change your mind about leaving me behind, bring it to me, bring your sweet love in, bring it on home to me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Bring it on, baby. Yeah.
The Animals here and Sam Cooke's Bring It On Home to Me. Righto, next up we have got a track by Donovan, and then we might have another one from the Dubliners.
In the chilly hours and minutes of uncertainty, I want to be in the warm heart of your love and mine, to feel you all around me and to take your hand along the sand. I bet I may as well try and catch the wind. When sundown pales the sky, I want to hide a while behind your smile, and everywhere I'd look, your eyes would find. For me to love you now would be the sweetest thing. It would make me sing. But I may as well try and catch the wind. When rain has hung the leaves with tears, I want you near to kill my fears, to help me to leave all my blues behind. For standing in your heart is where I want to be and long to be. But I may as well try and catch the wind. Try and catch the wind.
Donovan there and Catch the Wind. I've had a change of mind. I was going to play a Dubliners song, but I put that to one side, and we'll play Bobby V and Rubber Ball and another track from tonight's feature LP.
I'm like a rubber ball, baby, that's all that I am to you.
Bouncy, 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 bouncy.
Just a rubber ball, 'cause you think you can be true to two.
Bouncy, 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 bouncy.
You bounce my heart around.
You don't even put her down.
And like a rubber ball, I come bouncing back to you. Rubber ball, I come bouncing back to you. If you stretch my love till it's thin enough to tear, I just stretch my arms to reach you anywhere. And like a rubber ball, I'll come bouncing back to you. Rubber ball, I'll come bouncing back to you. You bounce my heart around.
You don't even put her down.
And like a rubber ball, I come bouncing back to you. Rubber ball, I come bouncing back to you. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. I'm like a rubber band when on my shoulder you do tap.
Bouncy, 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 bouncy.
Just a rubber band because my heartstrings they just snap.
Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy,
You go
bouncy.
and squeeze me till I'm all aflame.
She calls you by some other guy's name.
Like a rubber ball, I come bouncing back to you. Rubber ball, I come bouncing back to you. Rubber ball, I'll 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 come bouncing back to you. Rubber ball.
can't forget the Motor City. All we need is music, sweet, sweet music, music everywhere. They'll be swinging, swaying, records are playing, and dancing in the street. It doesn't matter what you wear, as long as you are there. So come on, every guy, grab your girl. Everywhere, all around the world, we're dancing in the streets. Way down in LA, every day, they're dancing. You want a big boss line, girl? Do it for one more time. Yeah, they're dancing in the street. They're dancing in the street now.
The Walker Brothers here and Dancing in the Streets from tonight's feature LP. Next up, we've got a little bit of a change of pace. A beautiful song was put out in the early 1960s by Kitty Lester, the song called Love Letters.
Love letters straight from your heart. Keep us so near while apart. I'm not alone in the night. When I can have all the love you write, I memorize every line, and I kiss the name that you sign. Love letter straight from your heart. I memorize every line, and I kiss the name that you sign. And darling, then I read again right from the start. Love letter straight from your heart.
Beautiful song there by Kitty Lester, bringing the time to 18 and a half minutes to 9 o'clock. You're tuned to Arrow FM, your local community access radio station, and you're listening to the 60s Nostalgia Show, which is kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Martinborough. Right, next up we've got Kenny Rogers in the first edition, and just dropped in to see what your condition is.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, what condition my condition was in.
I woke up this morning with the sun down shining in. I found my mind in a brown paper bag. But then I tripped on a cloud and fell 8 miles high. I tore my mind on a jagged sky. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, what condition my condition was in.
I pushed my soul in a deep dark hole and then I followed it in. I watched myself crawling out as I was crawling in. I got up so tight I couldn't unwind. I saw so much, I broke my mind. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. Someone painted April Fool in big black letters on a dead-end sign. I had my foot on the gas as I left the road and blew out my mind. 8 miles out of Memphis and I got no spare. 8 miles straight up downtown somewhere. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. I said I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
In a little cafe just the other side of the border, he was sitting there giving me looks that made my mouth water. So I started walking her way. She belonged to Batman Jose, and I knew, yes I knew I should leave when I heard her say, hey, come a little bit closer, you're my kind of man, so big and so strong. Come a little bit closer, I'm all alone, and the night is so long. So we started to dance in my arms, she felt so inviting, and I just couldn't resist her, just a little kiss so exciting. Then I heard the guitar player say, vamos, Jose's on his way. And I knew, yes I knew I should run, but then I heard her say, hey, come a little bit closer, you're my kind of man, so big and so strong. Come a little bit closer, I'm all alone, and the night is so long. And the music stopped when I looked, the cafe was empty. Then I heard Jose say, man, you know you're in trouble plenty. So I dropped my drink from my hand, and through the window I ran.
Jay and the Americans there, and come a little bit closer. Righto, next we'll have a bit of soul with Sam and Dave.
And when you get it, you got some. So don't
The Shirelles there, Soldier Boy, bringing the time to 7 minutes to 9 o'clock. But we'll sneak in one more, and this will get us into the good books of the station manager, the big boss, he who must be obeyed, Michael Wilson, because he's a great Small Faces fan, particularly a fan of Stevie Marriott. So here's the Small Faces and All or Nothing just for Michael Wilson. Stevie Marriott on vocal there with the Small Faces and All or Nothing. Stevie Marriott, one of the great voices of the 1960s. That brought to a close another edition of the 60s Nostalgia Show, which was first broadcast all over the wonderful Wairarapa on Arrow FM 92.7 and brought to you with a kind sponsorship of Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough.